All in. All in. Duan Fei went all in on all the fragments he had devoured, resulting in the fusion of a golden legendary item. After slaughtering the spiders, Duan Fei faced the last major B-rank peak native reindeer on Devil Island. This reindeer possessed the power of the extreme message record and the B-rank swiftness ability. Duan Fei immediately used a consciousness connection purification technique. Under the purification technique's weighting, the remaining evolution points were used to enhance strength and agility, while all the remaining ability fragments were used to upgrade their ability levels. The reindeer was used to provoke its opponent and buy time. Currently, the level 4 contract ability wasn't very useful, and the upgrades to Flame and Shadow Strike wouldn't significantly affect the outcome. However, the companion devouring ability would bring a new additional effect with each upgrade. At this moment, the reindeer activated its swiftness ability and rapidly approached Duan Fei. Duan Fei immediately activated Pull, completing the physical attack evasion evolution, and the tree instantly upgraded its devouring ability. Maximizing the benefit just before the devouring ability upgraded, the reindeer instantly accelerated and sprinted in a straight line. Duan Fei's left hand also allowed him to simultaneously increase the distance between himself and the reindeer. Fortunately, he possessed the devouring ability, storing a considerable amount of green energy. The purification spell indicated that the devouring ability had successfully upgraded, unlocking a new additional ability. Fusion could combine 100 ability fragments into a random ability. Further fusion would overwrite the previous ability. Duan Fei's forehead was sweating. Random? The reindeer, watching Duan Fei cower in fear, sneered, "How useless!" Duan Fei currently only had 390 fragments left, enough for a maximum of 3 fusions. Besides, if the randomly generated ability was too powerful, it wouldn't be as good as enhancing Shadow Strike and Flame. While struggling with this dilemma, Duan Fei dodged the reindeer's attacks. "You're so disappointing. All you do is dodge." The reindeer suddenly activated swiftness with a bang, and smoke billowed around them. Duan Fei again used green energy to heal himself. "The difference in power is too great. I'll take a gamble. All in on the plan." With the light surging in the temple, 100 fragments gradually took shape in the hands of the evolution tree. Just as the reindeer burst forward, Duan Fei activated his psychic purification spell. "The fusion is up to you." I held him off first. The very next second the rubble hurtled towards the reindeer. 100 fragments fused into a low-level, trashy ability. "No good. Keep fusing." After the reindeer deflected the rubble, Duan Fei fused into an even worse F-level berserk. The next second, Duan Fei injected flames into the ground, exploding at the reindeer's location. The third fusion result was in another low-level, trashy ability. With a snort, the prison was breached by the reindeer. Duan Fei was now covered in wounds. The reindeer lazily walked out. I said, "All you can do is dodge?" But the evolution tree indicated, "Definitely not an ability fragment. Only 90 fragments left. We should consider retreating." But he insisted on taking a gamble because he knew it was impossible to escape unscathed with Anya and Shinue from this ordeal. "Evolution tree, do you believe me? Do you remember the universal fragment you obtained the first time you killed the Nest Lord? It can increase the fragment quantity by 20%. A pop-up window indicates that 100 fragments are being consumed for fusion. This is the last glimmer of light as the evolutionary tree begins to sing. Please, surnamed Lin, be free from despair." At this moment, the reindeer's eyes blaze with murderous intent at this worthless human. The departure from Beijing has been expedited. Gold represents F-level. In the preceding 15 minutes, humanity had already begun a 4-pronged extermination plan. The zombie lair's architecture is somewhat interesting. The zombies inexplicably stopped upon arrival, probably simply unable to run any further. At this moment, Commander Huang ordered Squad A to rest, then announced to Commander Zhong that Groups C and D were also about to complete their missions. Intelligence reports that Commander Luo's forces in Group B seem to have stopped halfway. But Commander Luo, don't worry, I'll handle it. It's our turn to set off. Let's wipe them out in one fell swoop. The zombie lair. We humans have won. At this moment, Group B dropped in, but they had indeed stopped halfway. These zombies had no fighting spirit whatsoever, and everything had gone too smoothly for us. It felt like they were deliberately leading us there. I'm going back to report to Russell, but at this moment, the Banshee of Disaster suddenly appeared behind the two of them. As expected of an elite unit, they noticed it immediately. But besides your squad, the other 3 squads have already completed their mission admirably. Just one step away, our king will be resurrected. The leader of the native species stood atop the dragon's head, seemingly waiting for something. Looking back at the Banshee of Disaster with an impatient expression, the reindeer, seemingly doing something else, asked, Are you a zombie?" Meanwhile, the reindeer, which had been slapped away by Duan Fei, suddenly appeared again. It turns out that Duan Fei's all-in bet had yielded an S-rank ability. The flaw. The number of targets that could be locked onto was linked to the user's level. As long as an opponent was locked onto, the user would continuously expose weaknesses during combat. Successfully hitting a weakness would not only shorten the time it took for the next weakness to appear but also absorb 4% of the opponent's physical attributes with each hit. The higher the host's level, the greater the potential for skill development. "You brat, you just got lucky and hit me, then posed for a show of bravado, huh? Swiftly activated. I'll make you cry for your parents and live a carefree life." The reindeer, transformed into a streak of light, crashed into the ground. Duan Fei quickly rushed towards the edge of the smoke. Then, the reindeer hurled a boulder with all its might. "What? You like to show off, don't you?" Just as the boulder crashed down, Duan Fei drew his dagger, slashing it in a second, splitting it into a burst of flames, sending all the rubble back. The reindeer, sweating profusely, seemed to be handling the situation with ease. How come it's giving up again? But the next instant, a blue light emerged from the reindeer's deep darkness. A sneak attack? What a joke! However, just as Duan Fei dodged the attack, a gap appeared in the reindeer's back due to the twisting of his limbs, his weakest point. With a bang, a cracking sound came from his kidney. Black blood mixed with bits of flesh gushed from the reindeer's mouth. He was truly enraged. "You brat! You have no sportsmanship, huh? Holy crap! What kind of superhuman strength is this? It's not even bone. It's creaking and groaning." However, because of the reindeer's attack, Duan Fei's S-rank superpower revealed 2 more weaknesses. At the moment of impact, the reindeer felt excruciating pain and was instantly slammed against the prison wall. Just when Xian Yu Anya thought victory was assured, the superpower aura within the smoke actually intensified. Duan Fei's eyes glowed blue. "Stop pretending. This attack can't hurt you at all." When the smoke cleared, the reindeer's eyes glowed red. "Was my acting exposed? Let's get straight to the point.